Okay, today is Wednesday, and it's about 2:15 in the afternoon. And what I decided to do today was to do a quick video and show you what it is that I'm doing when I'm moving a load as compared to saying this is what I do. I want to give it to you so that you can really understand it and see it. And when you start doing it yourself, maybe it'll come a little bit easier now that you've seen, exactly how the process works. So I'm just going to go through and show you how it works. When I receive notification from the customer saying, hey, Brandon, we have a load that's moving from point A to point B. Here's the tender, here's the information on the load, okay? Because what happens is every week I get new loads that I'm gonna move with that company, okay? Every week they send me new loads and they usually come out on Tuesday or Wednesday. So these loads start coming yesterday. So what I decided to do was just take one of these loads and walk you through the process of getting this load moved, how I'm gonna get it covered, how I'm gonna price it, putting it on the load board, then of course selling it to the carrier, okay? But we're not gonna sell it today because it's not gonna move until Tuesday of next week. But I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through how I get it out there so trucks will know about it and start giving me a call on it. Okay, so we're gonna take it from the top. If you take a look here at the top, right here at the top left-hand corner, you'll see it says Alliance Loads to ship week of 8/20. So I got this yesterday evening late. So now I'm getting ready to start putting this load out there so that truckers can see it and start calling me on it. So if you look over here, its due date is 21 August. So that means it's due in Georgia on the 21st of August. Okay, so I got to call up, which I've already done. I've called up that facility and made a delivery appointment. The delivery appointment is for 6 a.m. And I've already given the cold storage a call and told them that I need an appointment for Monday. So it delivers on Tuesday, and I'm going to pick it up on Monday. Okay, delivers Tuesday, I pick it up on Monday. Okay, so now here's what I want to do. Here's the information here. It gives me all of what I need. Tells me how many pallets are on the truck. It's also going to tell me the zip code of where I'm going. It's going to tell me the due date over here. And please forgive me, I don't have the pointer, so just try and follow along the best you can. And if you look here, it's going to come down here and give me a price, $825 for this load. Now, this is an old price that we had in with the shipper, and we actually moved this load at $1,200, okay? So we won't be moving it at $825, we'll be moving it at $1,200. So I wanted to show you this so you get a good idea of what we mean when we say a tender. A tender gives you the authority to get paid on this load. If you see down here at the bottom, it says to you tender must accompany billing. So you must have this with your invoice when you send it in to get paid, because if you don't get paid. So we have to have this to send in with that, okay? So we have our tender, we have the authority to move the load, and we look over here, it says the net weight is 33,201 pounds. Moving again on due date 21 August, but we're gonna pick it up on the 20th so we can have it there on the 21st. It's about 300 miles where we're going, okay? So remember, $825 is the total line haul according to this tender, but we're going to change that and get a new tender of $1,200 because that's what we move this load at, okay? Now, I want to show you something else here because now I have the tender. The first thing that I want to do, once that I've gotten the tender, I want to get that load and find out, okay, where are we on that load? Let's take a look at it. We've been moving that load at 1,200, but I want to look at it and see what's changed. Has anything changed with that load? So let's take a look at it. I'm going to log into my DAT load board. This is a DAT load board that I'm logging into, and I'm also going to log into my truck stop load board. Because I want to take a look at it in two different places and see what's going on. So I'll just go over here first to log in on the DAT login. And what I want to do now is I'm preparing to post this load. So I'm going to post the load here shortly, but first I want to take a look at it and see what's going on out there in that particular lane. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my tools and I'm going to click on market rates. Okay, that's this is a rate tool that I have with this particular load board. If you see over here it says equipment type, I'm going to go down here and click reefers, and I want to know what's going on in that lane. Remember I said that. So I'm going to put Marshville, North Carolina to College Park, Georgia, because that's the point of pickup and the point of destination. So we're going to click that here. And it gives me about $3.11 with including the fuel surcharge in that lane. Okay. Now, this lane has been running at about $900 to the truck. Okay. But at the same time, if we can, kind of come back and price correct a little bit in this lane, we want to be able to do that, because our job is to not come out and give bottom line low prices just for the sake of giving low prices. But at the same time, when the market starts to shift, we want to shift with it. We don't want to, be way too high when the market says different. So we're always going to be looking at rates to make adjustments on those rates when necessary. So this tells you that this is running about $3.11 in that lane. So if we say $3.11 times 300, that's going to give us $933. That's about what that lane is running at. Okay. So what I would do in this case is I would take a look at that. I know what I already been getting at that on that lane already. So today is Wednesday, and I'm going to go ahead and get this posted. And I'm going to post it today at $875. Okay. This load moves Tuesday of next week. So it's Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead now and post this load, because I already know the details. I don't have to go and check truck stop 2. I'm just going to go ahead and post this load to the load board, and I would post it at $875. Okay. Now, when we say post it, what do we mean by that? Allow me to show you. Okay, man, when we're saying posting, what we're saying is we got to go out there and post that load to the load board so that carriers can see it and start to give me a call on it and negotiate. Okay, so now, first of all, before we go and post it, what I always like to do is take a look at the number of trucks I have in that lane. Now next week, all of the trucks that are going to be there are not there now. People don't post them, a week out a lot of times. So what I'm going to do is see what the trucks look like for the same time. I'm just going to say today is Wednesday. I'm just going to say, okay, well, Wednesday. Let's see what trucks look like in that lane for today. All right, let's go here. I'm going to go over here to origin. We have Marshville, North Carolina is in here already. College Park, Georgia is the destination, and we already have it in the block there. And we have within 100-mile radius, because we always want to get trucks within 100-mile radius of our origin, because truckers are not usually going to go outside of 100 miles. Okay, so you're more likely to get more trucks within 100 miles. So we want to take a look at what it looks like. So I have all of my information in. It's a reefer truck, a reefer trailer, as you can see here, picking up in North Carolina and going to Georgia within 100 miles. It's a 53-foot truck that I'm looking for, and it's going to move 8/15 and 8/16. So that's today and tomorrow, and we're going to go in here and search and see what the trucks look like in that lane. Now, been pretty fortunate in this lane. This lane is usually, pretty heavy when it comes down to capacity, and as you can see here, we have quite a few trucks that we can choose from, and all of these are, if you look over here on the deadhead, this says DH. That means deadhead from your origin. So it only has 21 miles. Indian Trail, North Carolina is 21 miles from our pickup. And as you can see, anything within 100 miles, you can pretty much look to be able to use, or at least pitch your deal to that truck, or he'll be able to see it and give you a call on it. Okay, and you start negotiating the price. So here's what we have. All the way down to 130 some odd, 150 some odd miles. I would cut it at about 112 miles there and say that's what you have available. So we have a lot of, quite a few trucks in that lane for today. And usually Mondays and Tuesdays are pretty good as well. Now Mondays I've noticed is a little bit slower as far as capacity in that area, but maybe we'll be okay in there as far as this Monday is concerned. But we have a lot of time to get this load sold. Okay, today is Wednesday. It's not picking up until Monday, so we got a little time. We got Thursday and Friday to get it sold, and that's more than enough time to get your load locked in. You can get it locked in a whole lot sooner than that, but that's way more than enough time. So now I see that I have some trucks in that lane, so now I'm gonna go back to the home page and I'm gonna post this load. Okay, and when I post it, I'm just basically posting the information that I have on the load, the same information that I showed you that was on the tender. So the pickup date, I'm gonna post it here. Just hit the calendar here, and the pickup date is going to be the 20th. Remember, because we said the 20th is the pickup date, and it's a reefer trailer. So we already have the R there. Now we're gonna go over to the origin. The origin is Marshville, North Carolina, and I don't need that. So let's just click that in there and put Marshville and click here. We have College Park there already. And the weight is 33,000 pounds. Now on DAT, you just put the estimate weight. You don't have to put it doesn't allow for you to put in the exact weight because it's only going to give you so many digits you can use there. So you just put in 33,000 pounds because it's 33,076 or whatever that was. 33,201. So we're good with that. And if you wanted to, you can put 34 there, just so it'll be over the 33,201. Okay. So the pickup is going to pick up at 1,500. We got to pick up at 1,500. We try to get a 2 p.m. on that, but we got a 1,500 pickup on that. Okay. So I like to write in the comments 1,500 p.m. pickup. Just to give them some idea of what that pickup time is. Okay. And I always like to put a reference number here. And we'll start this one off as the first one. So we'll call it 001. Okay. So that when they call and they are talking about a load, they can give me that reference number and I know exactly which load that they're talking about. Okay. So it picks up at 1,500. Okay. We got all of our information in there and we have everything except a rate. So some people like to post loads without rates, for whatever reason. They like to post it without a rate. I get that. Me, a lot of times I post loads with rates, because it seems to me that truckers pay more attention and are more willing to give you a call quicker if you have a rate posted already. So I like to post a rate in there. I know what I got in the load. I know what I'm going to do it for, so I'm going to go ahead and post the load at $875. Okay. So I'm going to post that load at $875. Okay. Now, if you see out here, I have my rate in, and now you see post here. All I have to do is click that, and now it's going to post that load so that the carriers can see it. Just like I was able to see their trucks available. When they go in to look for loads, they'll be able to see loads available, which loads are available on which days. Okay, so that's what that's all about. So I'm going to just go ahead and click post here. Before I click post, if you look over here, it says post for 1 day or however long you want to post. And then if you also see here, it says post to the DAT extended network. Okay, I hardly ever use this. I hardly ever post to the extended network unless I'm having a hard time moving the load. So I just start out with regular post because if you use that extended network, you have to pay an additional cost to use that. Not a whole lot, but it's an additional cost. So I just go down here and click on post for 4 days. Okay. And then here, I'm just going to go ahead and click post. And if you look here, it comes down here and shows you an age 000 because we just posted it. And that time will continue to update as time passes. Now, after you have an hour, I think it may be 2 hours, you can come in here and click refresh and refresh your load so that it goes back to the top of the load board. Okay, so that's important.
This week, so hopefully tomorrow. I can send you both of them, or I can send you one. I'd rather you do both of them, but we do have a backup carrier if we gotta use them.
Darren, please say that again, man. You were breaking up. I couldn't hear you. Say that one more time.
No, it's okay. We're going to have 2 transfers to Atlanta.
Okay.
They'll have to ship tomorrow.
Okay.
Like one of them is got about 15 pallets, and the other one will have about 24. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want them both, if you think you can cover them both for tomorrow, I can send you both of them right now. But I'm waiting for the order, but you'll be getting them. Or if you can only do one, I can get you one. I do have another carrier, but I'd rather you do both.
Okay.
The orders.
Okay. Send it to me.
I'll give it a shot.
Send it to me. I'll definitely give it my best shot. You know that.
Yeah, we just got to get them out of US code this week. They can't sit there, or we won't have room to bring anything out. So,
okay.
Hopefully tomorrow, so you can deliver Friday.
Okay. So now, will US Code have any problem with making the appointment for tomorrow?
They're not going to have any problem loading these trucks because we don't have any more room to bring anything else. So we either have to stop production or ship them out.
Okay. Okay.
So they're aware of what's going on. They're the ones begging us to load this stuff. If you run into any trouble, of course, we'll help you with that.
Okay.
When we send you when Megan sends you the tender, she'll to see everybody, and then I'll reply to that email. But try to get, no matter what, just get them both out this week.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to shoot for tomorrow.
So, okay, perfect. So start looking, and Megan will get you the tenders. As soon as we get the order number, we can create the transfer.
Okay. Now, are they going to the same place, or are they going to different in Atlanta? Yep. College Park?
Yeah, I'm gonna let me know when you get this email, because we're changing it a little bit because one of the trucks might be a little too heavy. Let me know when you get it.
Okay. Oh, tight here. Let me get here to my email. You sent it already there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I don't even know who found them from.
Okay. All right. I have it now. Okay. So now these say Monroe, but are they still going to pick up at the cold storage?
Correct. They'll pick up at US code, and then if you see that first one has that label number 8034, we're going to move that to the auto transfer because the other one is at 37,000 pounds. And if the truck's a little older, they'll struggle with that weight, or 34.7. 34. Yeah. If you have the total weight 37,374. So we're going to take that 2,600 pounds and put it on the second one.
Okay. Now, when you say the total weight is 37 something, right?
On the first one, yeah, 37,374 plus net.
Okay.
We don't have a problem with that weight, but if it's another truck, it'll struggle with it. So we're just gonna fix it, so we don't have to deal with it at all.
Okay. So I'm missing that. I don't see that. That all I see is the total weight is being 15,980. It doesn't show a total weight on the first one.
Yeah, if you scroll to the right, or didn't copy all of it.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Gotcha.
You see it now?
Yeah, okay. I see it now. Okay.
So we just want to avoid any issues.
Right.
So that's what you're gonna be getting.
Okay. So now you want to keep it at 34.7, Darren, and then the other 26.25 we'll take to the next truck.
Correct. Yeah, we just want the item number 434, the athletic green beans.
Right.
I'll put that with the small peck of barley corn.
Okay. I got you.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll get the tenders shortly. We're just waiting for the orders so we can create the tenders.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, man.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. So now that was a shipper. That was a shipper that I was just on the phone with. And what they did was they gave me a call and said, hey, we have 2 additional loads, and those loads have to move out tomorrow. As a matter of fact, he said, we want to get them done this week, but I know that I have today and tomorrow to get them out. We're going to shoot to get them out tomorrow. So everything that I just went through with you to get that first load loaded for that particular one, now we have these 2 to add to our list. But of course, these take priority because they have to leave tomorrow. So I'm going to start focusing in on the loads that we have moving tomorrow to include these 2. And since these are going to Atlanta, we're going to go ahead and get these posted as quickly as possible and start to field calls on these loads because we got to get them moved first thing tomorrow. So I got to get an appointment set and all of that good stuff too. So I am going to go ahead and get us squared away and get out of here on this call so I can get on to work here. But I was showing you that we posted that load. Now I'm going to just do a refresh here. And what you're going to be able to see is now that load has been out there for 7 minutes. Okay. If you look down here, it says 7 minutes posted. Okay. So now we're just sitting back, and remember, this load doesn't move until next week. So we're okay on it. We're not concerned about it a whole lot. We're going to refocus our attention on what's happening tomorrow here very shortly. But I want to take you over to the truck stop, because we have DAT as a load board and we have truck stop. Okay. So I want to go over to truck stop and I want to get that load posted out there as well. Okay. Now, I already know what my rate is going to be. I know where I am as far as rate is concerned. I'm looking at about $900 going out. $875 is what we posted at. But something else I want to show you here is what I always like to do is to check for trucks. I like to know what I'm dealing with when it comes to trucks. So same thing that we did on the DAT side, we would click search for trucks here and click trucks, and we'll put that information in, Marshville, North Carolina. And we're gonna take a reefer load. Let me help it get started here. And then we're gonna go to College Park. College Park, Georgia. And I'm gonna do a quick truck search because I wanna get some idea of what, truck stop is saying about trucks out there for this particular lane. All right, so when I put that, it shows me. You see up here it says Marshville, North Carolina to College Park, Georgia, and it shows me different trucks that are gonna be available today and tomorrow. Okay, so I have 2, 3, 4 pages of trucks that are going to be available between 8:15 and 8:20. So it tells me I have some decent capacity in that lane. Okay, so not concerned about trucks a whole lot. I would also go in here. I have something called Rate Mate, and it'll give me a look at rates. It'll let me take a look at rates, what rates have been over a period of time. I want to show you that real quick here. Hopefully this is going to be really helpful for some people who want to get an idea of what this thing actually looks like, because a lot of people talk freight. A lot of people talk about moving freight, but most of them aren't moving any freight, and that's just real. Most people can tell other people how to do it, but they aren't doing it themselves. But that's what we do every day. That's our job. We are freight brokers. And we enjoy doing it. I thoroughly enjoy it. And it's just something that get my blood boiling, I tell you. But I wanted to look at this lane here. See, it's not rocket science. It's not like I'm sitting here with a calculator in my head and just coming up with these numbers. They're already laid out for me. It shows me here the last 7 days, that on the average total rate. And if you look up here, it says posted rate averages, meaning these are rates that were posted to the load board. So the last 7 days, 125 reports have been at about $1,000 at 350 miles. And actually the run is about 300 miles, 303. So last 15 days, 400 reports, $963, 320 miles. Okay, $3.01 per mile average rate to the truck. So you're about $2.90 to $3 in that lane where you're going to your truck at. Okay. So that's how we can very easily come and look at what those lanes have been averaging. Now, of course, we know with a load board, that means there were rates that were above that number and there were rates that were below that number. And that number I'm saying is the number that they come and show here is 900, 1,021, 963, so forth and so on. But I would gauge this and I say, okay, that lane is about $900. I can get it moved all day with my own network with that amount. Okay, so that's just how that works. Now, what I didn't do is post this to my network. Now, usually what I always do before I take it to the load board, since I was trying to show you the load board, I got to it pretty fast. But what I usually do is I go in and post this load to my network before I take it to a load board. Okay, because I don't need to cover from a load board every time I have a load. I can cover it with my own network. But since I've already posted that one out there on DAT, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to post it on Truck Stop. I'm going to send it to my list first. And then as it gets closer, if we haven't covered it, we'll send it out to the load board. That's how we usually do it. Okay. So if you see over here, it's also going to show you rate trending information. It's going to give you the fuel cost in that lane. What is it going to cost a truck for fuel in that lane? Okay. You're going to tell you the trucks, the pass wise, get rate analysis. When we look here, we'll take a look at here, rate index. It says for 295 miles, estimated fuel cost is $159.57. Average fuel cost per gallon, $2.97 a gallon. Estimated fuel cost per mile, 54 cents. So this gives you an idea of what it's going to cost that carrier to move that load from your point of pickup to your point of destination. Okay, so that's a very important tool. Because you know what it's going to cost in fuel. That's a part of when you start creating rates. When you start looking at what that carrier is going to charge you, his fuel is going to be a part of what he comes up with when he's using his formula. How much fuel he's paying. How much he's using in fuel. Okay, so you have access to that information right there. Okay, so now if I was gonna post this load, but I'm not now, but if I was gonna post this load, I would do just like I did on the other side. I just click posting or go hover over posting, and then loads come up and I click loads because I'm posting loads. Okay, I'm not posting trucks because I don't have trucks to post. I post loads because I have loads to post. So I'll go in here and put the origin information, destination information, put the rate in there, put the date of pickup, same way we did the other side, and then click on quick load post. Okay, and then it'll post that load out there. Okay, so now what you've seen me do is to go through the process of talking with the customer, getting the email, going out and taking a look at the details on that load, then going to my load boards, checking the lane out, seeing what's happening in that lane, what the rates look like, then posting that load to my network. If no one calls me from my network to negotiate on that load, then I will post it on a load board, and then, wait for truckers to call me. Or if it gets closer and I haven't covered, of course, I'm going to start calling trucks. Like right now with these loads that are going into Atlanta that you just heard me talk to the shipper about, they're leaving tomorrow. So I got to go ahead and start posting those now. So I'm going to go ahead and get to the business on that. I just wanted to give you a real quick look into the actual business, how it works. You know, again, many people talk about this, but far less people actually do it and can show you what it is that they're doing. Okay, everybody say, hey, I'm moving this and I'm moving that, but this is the facts. I show you the facts of what we do. I don't try to make up things and, you know, just, oh, we're making this and doing that. We show you what it is that we're doing. You know, we show you how it works, and we've been doing this now for the last 3.5 years. And again, it's something that I thoroughly enjoy. And if you like logistics, if you like putting things together, if you like putting deals together and structuring those deals so that, you know, it's going to leave you a nice profit in there, if you like, you know, that kind of interaction, then you're probably going to like the world of freight brokering. You like negotiating with people and learning from different people, you know, because I learn a lot from carriers. I learn a lot from shippers, you know, and I ask questions. I'm not afraid to ask questions, and you definitely shouldn't be either. So, you know, when you just heard me talking to that shipper, didn't quite understand what he was saying about the weight, I asked a question to get some clarification, because we don't ever want to get off the phone when we don't understand. We want to understand so that we can provide the right solution. Okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope this has been helpful. As always, see you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.